Hello and welcome to my channel. As promised, this next video is going to be all about my adventure in Australia. A lot of people have asked me for tips, recommendations, because they're thinking of going travelling. So yeah, I thought I'd do a video on it. It's just the easiest way. Tell you about my experiences, some of the amazing things that I did, and give some tips on the best places to go and where to stay and things. So I went to Australia to become an au pair. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's a live-in nanny basically. So I looked after two children and I lived with them and their family for the 6.5 months that I was there. While I was an au pair, the family were just so accommodating. If I ever wanted time off to go travelling somewhere else, like on a little holiday or spend a day doing some kind of experience, then they would sort that out in a matter of seconds, because they knew that I was there to travel and explore as well as work for them. So they were just absolutely amazing with me. So I stayed in Sydney when I went to Australia, in the eastern suburbs in a little place called Randwick. So the eastern suburbs is made up of a few suburbs. There's Coogee, Bondi, Randwick, Clovelly. I probably forgot a few, I can't remember, but I stayed in Randwick and it was such a nice little suburb, so close to everything. There's about 5 beaches within just a 10-15 minute walk, if that. Loads of nice bars and restaurants, and it's only a 15-minute bus ride into the city. So if anyone is planning on travelling to Australia, I would highly recommend staying in the eastern suburbs area. There's quite a few hostels around there, Airbnbs, flat shares, apartments, anything to suit anybody's needs. So yeah, I would highly recommend staying in the eastern suburbs. I made so many friends whilst I was in Australia, and that was one thing I was really worried about, is going there on my own, not knowing anybody. But yeah, I made so many friends through a Facebook group called Sydney Au Pairs, and once you met one person, you'd meet all of the people that they'd met, and yeah, everyone just became friends. Within weeks of meeting new friends, we were already planning trips and booking different experiences. I went on a trip to this place called the Blue Mountains. It's surrounded by such beautiful waterfalls. There's a massive hike, so you hike through the bush and then there's a massive hike all the way down this big mountain to the bottom, where there's a waterfall and a nice little river where you can go swimming in. We did that hike. It took us about, must have been about 4 hours, but the views were just so worth it. They were just absolutely incredible. Another absolutely amazing thing that I got to do was snorkel in the Great Barrier Reef. We went on the boat, and as soon as we got to the Barrier Reef, we saw a whale swimming in the distance, so that was amazing. I thought I would have been so scared swimming in the middle of the open sea with God knows what surrounding me, but honestly it was the most surreal experience. And then we got in the water, and just incredible seeing all the fish swimming below, and turtles, even a shark. A shark swam right underneath me and my friends and was in the rocks right underneath us all. So that was just scary but also absolutely incredible at the same time. I never thought I'd ever do something like that. It's something that I could just definitely do again. It was the best experience ever. If anyone is planning on travelling to Australia, the Great Barrier Reef is highly recommended. If you get the chance, go. It's such an amazing experience, and you get to see sharks, whales. It's just one of the best experiences. So yes, I would highly recommend snorkeling the Great Barrier Reef. The best way to do it is go into So there's like travel agent shops dotted around, and they're called Peter Pans. They are by far the best travel agent shop you can go into. They are really, really helpful. They gave us all the leaflets they had on the Great Barrier Reef and helped us choose the best one. And yeah, they helped us with just some of our amazing trips, and they're all reasonable prices as well. So yeah, I'd highly recommend, if you do want to do any trips while you're in Australia, go to Peter Pan's. They'll help you with everything. So just some tips for anyone who wants to go travelling or to Australia. As I've said, eastern suburbs in Sydney is definitely the place to go to stay. There's so many people around there who would be in your position, you know, travelling. Everyone's just so friendly. You'll get chatting to someone in the bar and then they'll be your friend for the rest of the time you're there then. So yeah, I would highly recommend staying in the eastern suburbs. Don't pre-book trips. So book all your trips when you get there and do it through Peter Pan's, because yeah, they help you get it the cheapest that you can, and they help you get the best trip as well. Just make sure you have enough money. Australia is massively expensive. I was okay because I had a job to keep me going whilst I was there, but if you know you plan on going and not getting a job, just travelling, just make sure you've got enough money to cover your back, because it is a really expensive country. So as well as recommending Australia to travel to, I also went to Bali just on my way home as a stop off kind of trip. Another place that I would highly recommend going to. Just some of the views were amazing, the places were just so beautiful, and they've got some amazing experiences there as well. So I would also highly recommend going to Bali. I did a elephant day trip, so I went to an elephant park and you get to bath with the elephants, give them a wash, and you get to feed them as well. It just was one of the best things I've ever done, because elephants are my favourite animal, so just getting to stand there and give one a wash and feed it, it was just absolutely amazing. So if anybody is looking for anywhere else to travel to, then Bali would definitely be another place. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope some of the tips that I gave helped anyone who is wanting to go and travel Australia. If anybody wants to know anything else, please feel free to give me a message. My Instagram is below in the description, so yeah, feel free to just give me a shout if you want to know anything else about Australia or Bali. So I've been told by my cousin Imogen that I forgot to say it in my last video, so I have to say it in this one. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.